So the tools that we use are pretty broadly used across the department. Everybody uses the very same tools. I mean, there's a bunch of them, but they're all pretty much the same. So everybody uses the same, like Splunk as a case in point. Everybody likes Splunk.
Right.
So the problem we see, the lessons learned that we see, are the fact that from a TTP, a ConOps, so how do you do things, everybody has a different way of using the same tool. They look at it differently, they configure it differently, they use the output of that tool in a different way. And that's okay if you're sort of an island by yourself.
Right.
But if you're trying to look at it from an enterprise perspective,
Correct.
you really have to get to a common set of processes and TTPs that say, if we're using a particular tool for an outcome, then we need to use it consistently so that we know that the data coming in and the data coming out is understandable across the board and not tailored to a specific scenario that may be suboptimal for the enterprise. Sure. And so that's one of the biggest things we're having to deal with right now, is not so much the hardware device itself, but how do you use it and how do you use it consistently throughout the enterprise?
Yeah, excellent point. Excellent point. Yeah.
But I want to ask a question about that, Dave. I mean, I get where you're going in terms of standardization and trying to get consistency of data and things like that. But what about the creativity that you could potentially limit by some of those youngsters that get on this set of tools? I'm supposed to do it this way, okay, but what if I did it that way? Do you still allow enough room in your program to have those kinds of things come out?
Absolutely. We're looking for the best practices across the board. So it's not a static world, if you will, but if we do find a better way to do it, let's push that across the enterprise as opposed to keeping it stovepiped within one small user group.